What's happening, Planet Poke people? It's me, Diogen Z, and we are up for another training episode in Pokemon Conquest. Last episode, we were successful in gaining 2 allies that we will use now in battle, Saizo being one of them. 2 allies that will help us greatly in Pugilis. And now, another one awaits with Chingling, who is also a Psychic type. I suppose the first time I saw Chingling was in Diamond and Pearl, and I thought very little of it, but in this game, it can help us out a lot. So automatically use your warrior skill if it will give you the offensive advantage in taking it down in 4 turns or less. Alright, Charmander, you're going to have to move next turn. This way, Darumaka can wallop some huge damage on our foe. Okay, so Confusion, it kind of is... Oh, of course it has to miss. It kind of is a effective move, except for the fact that it needs a lot of space. Now, that's going to be super effective against something like that Machop up there, so hopefully we can demonstrate our devious psychic talents with that. But the problem is you need a lot of space, so when we do get into the Pugilis battle, we'll have to make sure that our spacing is very up to snuff. Make sure that, of course, the thing goes in the water so Darumaka can't get a shot at it. Have to make sure that we can take them down. Some of your team is not going to go with you. Some of them may be in the background as a sort of wall, and you'll see what I mean when we get there. But so far we've just been rushing the kingdoms that we go to, having all of our Pokemon pile up on our enemies at once and hope for the best. But not all kingdom fights will go this way. And good, because of the burn, Chingling should be done within the next turn, so Darumaka, get closer. Yeah, so we need 2 spaces at least to wall up a massive, super effective damage hit. And remember how annoying Confusion was in the last episode for us? Having the Pokemon retaliate on our own team? Well, this time, Machop is confused, and he's going all over the place, not doing anything that will damage us now. You can run, Chingling, but you can't hide from the fact you're burned. In fact, I'm sure that you cannot even pretend to not feel that. Oh, I thought you would go in this turn. Well, for sure you're done now. And you, my pretty Starly, out of the way! I love Darumaka's run-up, or Flame Wheel, with run-up I should say. Oh, perfect, and this means that we have another flying ally. So flying types, psychic types, all good things to be grabbing. This is why it's important to gather the warriors in between the months. Super-de-duper effective. Goodness, you're really impressive. I sure will surrender. And we got that one too, so let's see. Ah, Charmander can't reach. But Rufflet can. Now, the main reason I wanted to do another training episode, in truth, was not to gather these warriors. They just happen to be here and will serve our purpose for gaining some experience and linkage with our warriors and their Pokemon. All good. All 3 can be recruited. That is a good battle we just waged there. But I want to find alternate Pokemon for Oichi and main character Diogen Z, because Eevee and Jigglypuff are not going to do well at Pugilis. They're just going to be death fodder. If I even try to wage one attack on any of those fighting types, I'll be completely compacted in one shot. They'll do one Giga Punch, and I'll be done. So that won't work. This episode we need to find other partners for Oichi and myself to have hanging around with us. That's something I haven't shown yet, but we have already demonstrated how you can link with wild Pokemon, so you guys know how to do that. Let's see, what's available in Violite? Well, there's 2 warriors and a... what is that? Pre-evolution Joltik. Yes. It's like pre-evolution of Galvantula. What could that be? We need reinforcements. And now, let's see who we switch out for. Piplup people, move it! Smart management of all your kingdoms is necessary for absolute supremacy in the Ransei region. Remember that, kiddies. Let's go! Okay, so we've got 3 enemies, or what is it, 2 warriors that we have to possibly recruit. I'd like to recruit if we can. And that Joltik, which I think would be very fitting for Oichi to have. In my Nobunaga's Ambition LP, which is the Japanese version of this game, which I did on my channel, I had Oichi run around with a Marip. So this time, we'll give her a different electric type to have, and I think Galvantula is pretty freaking badass. We're gonna have to sustain the hit, because that Carnivine is crazy with Vine Whip. We'll try and delay the death of some of my water types, because if we could use them against that Ekans, that would be really helpful. We need Pichu power! So other than Nobunaga's Ambition, I mean Conquest. I gotta get out of the habit of saying that. Other than that, I've been playing a lot of Steam games lately, doing my Super Indie Summer. And man, it is so many games available. So awesome the deals they have too. Makes me hope that Nintendo goes full on download for the next few of their systems. Maybe they do it with Wii U, maybe they enact that feature for 3DS. They've already got downloads of small games on there, so I don't know why it would matter if it was a larger game. It might just take longer to download, but I think it would be a lot cooler and save resources. I'm growing for Joltik, but would save resources of all the plastic that you have to use for shipping these games. I mean, really, yeah, it's kind of cool to have the art of the game from the box, but what do you do with all the boxes? Personally, it's all cluttered up in my closet right now, just wasting, gathering dust. All that resources were not necessary for the small cartridge that delivers the game content. If they could just do a cloud-based something server, maybe for Nintendo. I mean, Steam pulls it off without a hitch, and they have a secure system, so I believe Nintendo could do something similar. And it would be awesome. Let's see. Jiggles has more health. Of course I get a critical hit on my own team. Let's see, what should I do with Panpour? Guess he should join the fight. Oh, of course it drops him right in front of Carnivine. I don't think we have enough power to take out this Ekans in this one battle. Darn you! Well, at least the important thing has been conquered. We got Oichi, an alternate Pokemon. I don't know if a Joltik and that warrior is going to be having the best link, but ideally when you switch out your Pokemon and your warrior that has it, you want them to have the best link possible. This way that gaining experience will be easy and they will have a stronger attack power for your team. Okay, this I guess will help us. Of course I gotta be poisoned too. This battlefield has not been lucky for me. Over the rainbow, paralysis and poison await for me. Let's see. We're gonna have to go for our warrior skill and hope for the best. Fight! Try and get rid of this pain in the ass Carnivine. Make a note to myself. Next month, try and bring some fire warriors over here. Because bringing a team of water and grass types and even electrics, it's just not gotten it. Not even a little bit effective. Okay, tiny bits of effectiveness. 9 damage worths of effectiveness. Not enough, if you ask me. Double slap doom! Bring it, Jigglypuff. It was funny, me and my friend were recently brawling and I tried to use Jigglypuff but I don't think it could be considered a fair fight because we were on the old-time DK stage, the one with the Congo Rapids. So every time he was as DDD, every time he would go to attack me or even try to jump back on the platform, he would get caught by that alligator in the water, or he would have some kind of cheap death that threw him underneath the planks of the stage. So Jigglypuff, I don't know if he would actually or she would actually do good in Brawl, but hey, I've seen videos. There are people who kick ass as every character. So it's just my lack of skill, but it was funny because I knew Jigglypuff had no chance. It took too long for Jiggly to charge up that rollabout spin smash that it sometimes does by just holding B down. It takes too long and is way too predictable, and with DDD he could just suck him right up. But in this game, Double Slap does damage like dynamite. So we may not have captured every warrior here, but our team grows stronger. And half of our objective for this episode is completed. Good things. So, other than Steam games, I would think that I'm redoing Master Quest right now for the 3DS on Ocarina. Pretty excited about that. I don't have enough games on that system. I need to see more 3D come out, but they just announced the 3DS XL, so now I'm like, oh great, I'm gonna have to turn in my 3DS after I got it when it first came out. Very interesting, the lifespan of that thing, because it didn't launch extraordinarily well. And for whatever reason that was, Nintendo gave us ambassadors, as they called us, the people who bought into it early, gave us some free Nintendo games, but now it's like they can't even sell the regular 3DS, so they're like, oh, you thought that was impressive? Bigger 3D! I don't know, it seems a little early for a size increase, but hey, I'll bite. I would like to see larger 3D. I am not a opposition on that. And with so many great 3DS games coming out, oh, we're going to want to see that. But while I still have my 3DS, I thought, I should probably complete Master Quest. True Zelda hardcore fans would say only 50% of the game was completed. If I didn't do the Master Quest. But I'm not Zelda hardcore. I do, however, love looking in first-person mode through the 3D gyroscopes. That is a very cool effect. Something that I think that the Wii U is going to utilize, at least on the gyroscope point, not the 3D effect. Man, that would just be crazy, wouldn't it? Mind-boggling if they said, guess what? You thought that the Wii U was normal. You thought that it was just something that could be used as a remote. Well, when you flip this switch, it has 3D, just like the 3DS screen. Yeah, that would make the price of that system jump incredibly high. But then it's like, why would you even have a 3DS if you have, well, I guess more power is the argument there. More power on the console. It would be interesting. Doubt that it would happen. So my comment questions for you guys to be posting about is, what have you been doing this summer as far as gaming? Usually in the past I remember there being some sort of gaming drought, but this summer doesn't seem to be this way. It's definitely good to be a PC gamer. It's not so droughtful if you span your games across multiple companies. Depending on just one sole company like I used to in the past, mainly Nintendo, then you can expect a drought because, well, there's gaming programming cycles and release dates that come out in accordance to holidays and these things. So it's much better to have a variance of content to choose from. Eevee, I wish I could evolve you now. I read in the comments recently that there's a traveling stone salesman, so we're going to have to find him, coax him into giving us some evolutionary stones. I'm going to keep my team here. I don't want that Spiel to get any ideas of going in the water. No, you stay. Of course you have a long-range attack. Since we can't evolve Eevee so fast, we are going to have to grab that Spiel and have it fight the Pugilist Kingdom. Linkage, let's go. Nice that it's a wild spiel. We don't have to replace our warrior. Well, of course that wouldn't work out, because the main goal is to make sure Eevee is protected. I don't know if Spiel is hurt super effectively by fighting type moves, because it's a water Pokemon. It is an ice, which ice are super effectively hit by fighting type, so I'm not sure. Guess we'll have to see when we go there. Bring it on, Spiel. Oh, you would go over there. Didn't you want to be linked with me? Ha, that's what you get for trying to run away. And you are still in my range. Especially with top speed! I love the top speed warrior skill. It is so useful, and any facsimile of it that gives you more spaces to move on the map, I absolutely adore. And I absolutely adore the Spiel. Look at how cute that Bollular Seal is. He's so cute and spherical. I don't know what it is about spherical ball seals. They are adorable. A lot cuter than the ones that are just all unfolded like a real seal. Not as cute as a ball seal. Anyway, now we can have replacements for Eevee and Jiggles. So that gives me confidence to go into the Pugilist Kingdom probably next time. But let's see if there is any more training we can do before this episode is over. Try to use up the warrior turns that we have before we move on to the next episode in the next month. Using our turns wisely. That's what it's all about. Alright, so we're going to have to stall. We're going to have to stall this Woopar for a while. And maybe we'll link up with that Meowth. That would be interesting. Stall him in one turn. Oh, Meowth, why do you slash your grandmother? That is that warrior, isn't it? Yep, it is. I'll just be on standby in case the Meowth gets Riley and decides he doesn't want to link with us. Wow, that Meowth looks devious. Looks like he's plotting something. Like he's getting his fangs and teeth and claws all ready. Well, fangs and teeth are the same thing, but claws all ready to pilfer this old lady. You better watch out. Make sure that you have a okay connection. A good link with that Meowth, otherwise it's gonna take your money! It's gonna steal whatever's in your purse, even your hard candies. It doesn't care. Huh, so now we have Meowth. Does this mean that we can get it to use Payday? Or is it like the useless Meowth in Team Rocket that doesn't know Payday? Never will know Payday. Let's go digging for gold, speaking of Payday. It's time to get some monies! Let's go. Oh, a shovel. Sure. I guess. I mean, if we are just digging with our hands, it makes sense that... What? Or not. What are you doing? You gave me a crappy shovel. What are you doing? Giving me bum shovels. Now I gotta go into my less powerful guy and grab less gold. So you're telling me that looking around with my hands in Pokemon, I suppose, is going to work more effectively than a shovel meant for digging in the ground? Ah, lunacy. Entering our new Ekans and familiar Tepig. At this rate, as long as we keep training Tepig, we're going to have an Emboar pretty fast. And Emboar is powerful. Even Pignite, too. Pignite has a very strong attack that's similar to how Darumaka's works. I'm not sure exactly if the game awards more linkage bonus to the Pokemon that is doing the attacking, but that would make more sense. And would also contribute to the idea that raising a Gyarados out of experience only from a Magikarp is going to take a long time, since Magikarp can't do anything offensive to the team, to your opposing team. Alright, Pignite, you got the present. I mean Pignite. I mean Tepig. I'm already thinking about the future too far in advance. We have much more to battle before getting to that level. But that's silly. What is that? I don't even remember. It's something. It's not Lileep. It's not Katoni. I don't know. I can't believe that I don't remember what that Pokemon is that I just attacked. Oh, it's a Petlil. That's what it is. Right. Yeah, I don't often face them, nor do I raise them, so they slip from my mind. But he put himself in the perfect position to be Embered. Embered! Soon. Maybe I will check Cerebi to see when all these guys evolve. At least how to evolve Eevee, because I'm pretty sure I know what I want to evolve Eevee into. And speaking of Magikarp, let's continue on with these set of warriors training. And since Magikarp can't attack, that's fine. It can just sit off idly to the side while we boost it up a little bit higher. Give it some more experience without it having to do much of anything. I love coming to this map when there are actual fire Pokemon here. It's rather a nuisance, really, when the Bidoofs are here, just because they don't get super effectively hit by my water types. Oh, perfect. Tepig and Charmander. And if you want to consider linking with these, maybe you want your main warrior to link with Charmander, which actually, now that I think about it, might have been better than going with the Spiel. But it doesn't matter. I would have, but the thing is we've already gotten two warriors that both have a Tepig and Charmander in training. And I don't want to debunk their training by getting myself a Charmander, so it's no use of me to do so. That's why you gotta vary up your warriors and the mixture of Pokemon they have. If you have a warrior that's already got a good link and has good experience points, if you want to say that, good experience with that Pokemon, then don't try to replace it by getting it on your team, trying to link with it. It's not going to be great. You're going to waste time trying to train up to the level that that one already is when that warrior can just already work for you and do battle. You may have to separate the party and take down your opposing team separately, but it can be done. Ah, I thought that final water gun would do it. Use the dreaded splash! Nah, it doesn't do anything. It's just gonna waste time. I'm not affected. And I believe Wooper can have that gulp ability. I'm not sure if these Woopers have it, but some Wooper I know do have the gulp ability so that when they sit in a water puddle, not only can they pass through it with no problem, but they also get some health points left. They get it absorbed from the puddle or body of water that they're sitting in, so it's a good tactic to have if you need some quick health during a kingdom takeover and you know there's water. So in the next episode, we will be taking on Pugilus, and I'll see you there.